All right, what's up, guys? Today it's August 19th. It's a Friday, right after market close. We did finally get the, last 15 minutes of the indices. So I want to just go over a little bit of big money, what we have going on over here in terms of, large amounts of money being taken out for, options in terms of, monthlies, in terms of what's coming up in the upcoming, month or two. We also will point out what is coming up in, or what was taken out in terms of long-term, yearly or leaps as well. So I'll point a couple of those things out. As we go through these, I will go ahead and add in our emojis as well. So let's say, October, that's about over 2 months away. So what I'm going to do is give us the time emoji. Strike price here is a decent amount away. It's out of the money because we're taking a put. 186 is under there by 8 points or so. We're going to use that to say it's out of the money. What else? That's about it. Scores are low. Nothing major else to really look at here. But keep in mind, this was taken out after market close. So that's going to be a weekly type of play too. If you imagine they're looking, or they're waiting for that weekly candle to close. And as a result, they're taking their position after the weekly close. All right. Same here. SPY came in. Let me double check here. Actually, this may have been something in the morning. Let's double check that. We'll keep an eye out. Let's see. Alert time was not till now. Spot. Let's double check the price real quick. No, it was that close. Okay. So nice round number. Okay. Let's see. Scores, nothing high. We do have some time, but it's about a month. Strike is out of the money. Okay. 20 points out of the money. And they took quite a bit of, 3 mil in terms of something for SPY isn't huge, but it is a decent amount. So I'll put the money bag here as well. Okay. What else? This is the same one, just a reprint, right? Came in and then came in again. If you take a look at, okay, so this one was the one after. Okay, so this one we got to keep in mind. They'd put in 3 mil on this after market close. Keep that in mind. I'll put in the emoji for this guy too, even though it's a reprint. Okay. Next, this one, high score. Okay, look at this. The strike right at the money, okay? At the money. In terms of, that's actually a decent premium in terms of how far away that is. I'm going to use this, and I'm going to use the watch emoji as well, because doubled up, that means extremely large amount of time. And premium's pretty big for something like Citibank, right? 1.5 mil, that's quite a bit. That's one I would say, they're taking quite a bit of time. So consider that, at least what this is about over 6 months. So, all right, AMD, same thing, a lot of time. Let's go ahead, time. Scores, all right. Premiums large in terms of AMD. Strike price out of the money. Okay. Carvana. Oh, that's really far out of the money. That's 12 points out of the money. And time-wise, that's kind of short. But, in terms of how much, right? Expecting 12 points down on that, that's almost 25% when you think about that. Okay. Oh, probably over 25%. So, all right. Keep an eye on this one. I wouldn't say that's a bad position to take, especially with right now cars. You got to understand the fluctuation of the cars with the market. The inflation, the prices have contracted a little bit, but again, it doesn't mean that they can't bounce back up, or if we have issues with supply type of thing. Okay. Also, Carvana is dependent upon supply of cars as well. They need to purchase and then resell them. And so, they might have a better margin once the prices of cars relax, but as prices were high, it was cutting into their margins quite a bit, so they're struggling a lot more. They went through a distribution, Wyckoff distribution, if you may. Okay, so this was a very big one. I already put in some, so big money. Let's do that, and let's put what's a good, I'll just put a big dollar sign. Okay, so that 15 mil strike isn't too far out of the money, okay? But they're paying over a G for each one of these. They bought almost 15K, 14K of them. Expiration, they got some time. So end of the year. Apple's, I would say, hard to bet against when you think about it. Union Pacific, they bought some time. Scores, nice round number on the D. So thing about the nice round numbers here you might want to think about is it could be opposite. Okay, what that means is they could be selling these into the market, selling these contracts and taking that premium. So yes, there are, in most cases, these will be buys. You know, you can think Pareto principle, large amount, small amount versus. So if there's going to be a large, you know, the large percentage, you can imagine about 80% of the things that you see in our flow will be purchases. And then maybe 20 or less will be those sales, will be the opposite side of them. Now, a little hint is, you know, you can imagine somebody might have bought a nice round number of these. And then so if if they have 100,000 shares of this, they can sell 1,000 contracts of them and pocket that, as long as, and again, this would be a call to say that this stays out of it, it would go down is the idea, okay? We don't know if they're buys or sells in this situation. So you kind of just have to take it with a grain of salt that the majority of them are buys. This could be a buy that they bought it in the money and they expect this to go up. So that's why you always still want to take a look at your own charts to see what the trends are, what things are being respected, and what the probabilities really look like. All right. So don't just, this is not enough information to completely take a side, but as you look at your charts and as you look at what is expected, this gives you an idea of where things may potentially be headed. Okay. 2.1 mil, that's quite a bit of money for something like this. All right. And right now it is in the money. So just keep that in mind. CL bought some time, strike price 80 is out the money, but not much. Decent amount of money for a mil. That's our limit when you think about it, or the low end of our limit. So I wouldn't really think too much about it being a ton. UPS, they bought some time. Strike price out of the money. Right, out of the money, we're going to use this guy. Okay, far out of the money. 12-point move for UPS. CRM. That's a lot of time. That's almost a year. Okay. Out of the money, but not much. Nothing major. SYF. Yeah, that's some time. That's at least 2 months. That's what we say is this says at least 2 months. If I put the watch next to it, that's usually closer to 6 months plus. NVIDIA, oh, this is a lot of times, right? So about a lot of time here. A little bit out of the money, nothing major. 3M, okay, this is a lot. This is a leap. 2014, expecting it to go down, drop a mil on it. Bought a lot of time, okay. Expiration for, so the housing market's been struggling, so I can see why this is, potentially taken out. No profit made here technically, so they couldn't have sold and gotten out of it yet. Strike, a little bit out of the money. They just bought some time really. But I would say if you expect that the company is going to struggle on their profits because people are no longer buying and the margins are shrinking, etc., then yeah, you can expect that they will struggle, that their earnings will go down, etc. So mostly time. I wouldn't say it's a bad position. We'll do this. And then MAR, Marriott, expecting people to spend a little less maybe when they go out to about a little bit of time. Strike is out of the money. It's good to think about. So I'll say the ones that I put these next two generally will be, okay, well, in terms of a macroeconomic picture, from what I understand is poised to happen, these are taking, higher probability positions, you may, okay? So why would I put that there? Well, yeah, higher probability, Apple's hard to bet against. And in the next 3 to 4 months, you can expect that they'll go back above 175. I think that's a solid retest and a solid possibility. They're just taking that high probability side. And yes, it did create a large score for us, and 15 mil is a lot, right? So that's why these emojis will show up under our scanner for big money, okay? All right, I don't want to spend too much time today. Just wanted to give you guys that overview of what's happening after hours, and let you guys know that, what it is that I'm seeing here that could potentially lead into some profitable plays. The positions that these people are taking, the positions that big money's taking, are very calculated. And if you analyze them a little bit more, sometimes they don't go their way right away, or not, not at all. But at the end of the day, they have higher probabilities, and their calculations are all there for. And what we have to do is we need to take them, analyze them to see, where we potentially could take a position along with them, due to the way that our charts look, right? And so today was just to let you guys take a look at what our big money scanner did today on Friday, August the 19th. Investor Central Club here does quite a good job of helping you guys and educating you guys as to what's going on with the markets, and keeping you guys updated with what money is being spent in these dark pools. All right. Hope that was useful for you guys. We'll be in touch.